Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today, I want to do something a little bit different. I have been paying attention, this is towards the end of October. I think when you see this, it will be the 31st. Happy Halloween. I wanted to talk about the knives I've been carrying the most this month. I've got picked out what I feel like are my top 5 carry combinations. I don't keep a log per se, but every day I grab something, usually different, but I'll find myself going back to things from time to time. And I keep a kind of a record of what's getting extra carry time, right? So this month, I'm going to kind of show you my top 5 carry options. And then I'm going to show you a couple of slip joints because those of you who follow the channel, I typically carry or have been carrying a primary folder in my right pocket. I carry a pocket dropper fixed blade in my back right pocket. I carry in my left pocket a flashlight, a little wallet, that's a pocket dropper, and I carry sometimes a slip joint. I used to carry a slip joint every day. I find that I don't use it as much on a daily basis, but I do have the 2 slip joints that I carry the most. I've carried the most in October when I carry a slip joint, which I'd say is about 40% of the time now. I love carrying them. It's just my left pocket's gotten a little full, and that's going to change probably. I've just been trying out a wallet that's a little bit bigger that kind of takes some of that space, but we'll talk about a couple of slip joints too. But let's just get into it. The first knife that I originally was carrying to try out, but had just kind of fallen in love with this knife and find myself reaching for it long after the review. This is the Kizer Original 2, the new original that came out October 1st. I actually got this back in September to try it from Kizer, but this is titanium handles, S45 VN blade steel, deep hollow ground blade, sexy Tonto tip, which I love Tontos for opening cardboard, things like that. It uses Kizer's clutch lock, which is their adjustable bar lock system, where you've got 5 little holes drilled in the liner here where you can adjust the tension of that S-spring. Kizer sends them on the tightest level, which gives you really snappy detent and a very sure close. So you can also just pull back on the axis lock to open it. It is a medium-sized knife with extremely strategically placed jimping that I love. I love the way this knife feels in hand. Did not expect to, but it's one that's become a go-to knife for me. It's a Kizer Original 2. They also make this in a sheep's foot, a drop point also. I'm crazy about the Tonto. I've got a drop point in 14C. I don't like it nearly as much. This knife's fire. What I usually carry it with, this is one of my, I've got too many to say one of my favorites, but this is a top tier USA made, big idea design company Lookout. Great little 6-inch knife in Magna Cut, one solid tank construction, beautiful, or not contoured, but chamfered micarta there that's distressed a little bit. Little short, slicey blade, very light knife. Whoops. Pairs great with the Kizer. Keep in mind, 70% of the time when I pull a knife out of my pocket to make a cut, I reach for my fixed blade because it's in my back pocket, and it just seems to be easier to deploy and then re-put in the sheath. Most of the time when I'm playing with knives, and I still love to cut with my primary folder, so I'm cutting with not both of them at the same time, of course, and this has been a go-to carry, guys. I love this pairing. I think it's really cool, and I enjoy carrying it. So I'm going to go to my next most carried. Both of these are newer knives. This is a Concept Thunderhead, which is a Tempest Designs collaboration, Brother KC, Nice Fast. And this knife, I said song because this knife is sonically superior. I don't know if you can hear that ting. I'm gonna get it up close to my mic. Whoops, I didn't get the flick that time. It's got a very distinct, high-pitched ting. Again, does that make it cut better? No, but it's really awesome. The action is great. This knife's very aggressively priced at under 200 bones. It is S35 VN blade steel. It's got a very tall, flat ground blade. Killer edge bevel. It came with a very even edge bevel. I sharpened it just because I like sharpening knives. It's got one of the best front flippers in the game, and I'm not a front flipper guy, but if you look at this, it's got a little contour to it, and the jimping turns the whole corner, so your thumb naturally rests there, and it's as easy as any front flipper I've experienced to get it to deploy. Carbon fiber, milled titanium, nice liner lock, drop shut action, laser beam sharpness. And I like to carry it with this little guy in my back pocket. This is the Lucky Dog Knife Company River Dog, a knife that I was just going to try out and send back to Andrew because I've got a couple of these that I bought. One of them is my 3V Ranch Dog, which has a very similar blade profile. However, when I reviewed this knife, I realized that it's thinner blade stock. This one's in AEBL, and I fell in love with it. I like the spear point. I like the Osage orange handle. I like the blade geometry. It cuts like a dream. Designed by designed by Andrew at Lucky Dog Knife Company. Handmade by David Mary Customs in Canada. So these are small batch knives. Instead of Andrew at Lucky Dog going overseas to get, bigger batches made, he found a small custom maker that would work with him, and they do about 9 or 10 of these at a time. So you get a really nice knife that's hand finished, hand ground, and I like his traditional designs that he kind of puts out in a small fixed blade. Small guy, around 6 inches, great Bolotron sheath. I carry it in my back pocket with this deep concealment carry clip. Like pairing it with my thunderhead, which is just a great full-size knife. They go together really well, and that's probably we'll call that the 4th most carried setup I've got. So if we continue on down the road, I have really been loving in October revisiting an old knife, at the same time hanging out with one of my newer knives. So this has always been a favorite of mine. This is the Quiet Carry Original Drift, not the OG, not the XL, but just the regular sized Drift. This is what you would call a completely corrosion resistant knife. Got titanium handles. You've got Vanex steel. Runs on washers. Has amazing action. Has wonderful blade geometry. Wonderful ergonomics. It's got a wire clip which goes in and out of pocket great. It is just, to me, it's an elegant folder. It's a perfect size for my type of EDC, and it's designed perfectly for what I use EDC knives for. Super slicey, super thin in the pocket. Just a wonderful knife. I can't recommend the Quiet Carry Drift as much. It's an older knife that I reviewed a long time ago when I bought it. I bought this knife probably 2.5 years ago, I'm guessing. Carried it some, and since I haven't been buying knives in quite a while, I've revisited my collection, and some of them have stuck out. This being one of them that finds its way in my pocket quite a bit. And this month has been no exception. It's been in quite a bit. And I'm pairing it with my TKL Worn EDC. This is the collaboration with Melissa Backwoods. They did the collaboration to make this knife a reality. The reason this knife is a little bit different right now is it's wearing extended grips. These are an option. This knife comes with grips that make it that long. I've got those grips too. However, these aluminum grips add about another 3/4 of an inch and gives me a full handle on this little Wharncliffe blade. This knife's the same profile if you're familiar with TKL. When I say profile, the same body style as the Piranha. So the Piranha scales fit this knife. These extended handles fit my Piranha. It's also got a ring handle that you can add to it. They made it really, really nice. Very versatile. They made it out of Nitro V. It's got that nitrite boron coating. Super slicey. For TKL, a lot of his are pokey stabby, which this one is too. It's got that really aggressive thumb jimping. Wonderful finger choil. But just a laser beam. I love a Wharncliffe. And this guy is just an EDC winner. I'm smitten by this knife. I love it. USA made over in Georgia. I like the CNC grind lines that you can still see there. This is a machine assisted knife. USA made. Nitro V. You see TKL on one side and you can see Melissa Backwood's little maker's mark there. But besides that, USA and the blade steel, it's very darked out to me, very blacked out. And then this is a little optional pocket dropper sheath. I've got the little Kydex sheath that has an ulti-clip, the wire ulti-clip, which makes this carry great horizontal or vertically. If the sheath's too deep, depending on what pants I'm wearing, sometimes I'll use the sheath, sometimes I'll use the little Kydex sheath. Because it, again, lets more of it drop in my pocket. But Quiet Carry Drift in Vanex, TKL Warren EDC, and Nitro V. Been my third most carried pair. We're getting down to it, guys. We're getting close. All right. This has been my second most carried pair. Man, we'll throw at one of the slip joints. One of the two slip joints I've been carrying this month that I have not carried in a long time, but I've fallen back in love with it. It's my Devo Nip slip. So, my folder, I love this knife. TRM Neutron. I've got the liner lock. This is the frame lock Neutron. This is a little MagnaCut knife, titanium frame lock on washers with a really coarse G10 scale. Great action. Super thin blade stock. Super sharp. Super slicey. Kind of what TRM does. USA made. Very thin in the pocket. Look how that paper just comes apart. I mean, it's just scared of it. One of the slicier makers, USA makers I'm aware of, and one of my favorite knife companies, Three Rivers Manufacturing. This is the Neutron, their medium-sized knife. Fits my hand great. Carries wonderfully in my pocket. It's very thin, very easy to maneuver, and is up for every task I can throw at it in a day in the city. And I pair that with my little chickadee in my back pocket. This little 5-inch MagnaCut chickadee, G10 handle. Got a clean and work sharpened edge on it. This guy is, again, a laser beam. And I will reach for it probably before the Quiet Carry because it's so easy to get it in and out of this Oak City leather, which is made, if I'm not mistaken, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. This little pocket dropper sheath. This pocket dropper sheath is made specifically for the chickadee. So just literally drops down in there, goes to my back pocket, boom, carry it just like that. Go to grab it, cut with it, resheath it, and it's a great little carry combination. And then the nip slip is a small little slip joint, tall and slicey. This is in a glow carbon fiber, titanium handles, S90V blade steel. A little guy that packs a big punch, and I carry it here in this little just beater leather slip. But that has been the number 2 carry, which brings us to what have I carried the most this month. Happens to be a knife that I reviewed this month. 2 knives I reviewed this month, actually. This one has not been reviewed. It's been unboxed. and that video came out, I forget when, but this is the Mr. Designs Titan. This knife is a knife I didn't have to struggle with. It was kind of priced out of my comfort level in a way when I first saw it. However, I was able to trade some knives and cash for it. It's MagnaCut blade. It's got a titanium handle. It utilizes a brand new locking system. I think it's called the interlock system. The interlock system, this whole bar here, which can be controlled by this jimped area, which is where I like to control it from, or you can grab it from the side like you would an axis lock. But what you have is you've got a coil spring, and this whole mechanism is a lock. So when I go to open it, this pushes back, coil spring pushes it back forward, and it interlocks over that MagnaCut blade, making it as sturdy of a locked up knife as I've experienced. And I can see how it gains that strength and that stability. I mean, you've got that whole spring back there, or back spacer that slides. I don't know if you can see that tang when I pull it forward. Hold on. That slides in and under that. I mean, it's literally, it's amazing, amazing innovation. Even though a lot of people that I've talked to about it say it's really not that different. To me, it is. To me, I think it's super cool. The size of the knife is big. I, every now and then, really like a large knife. This is the perfect type of large knife because it's got contoured handles. They're smooth. They don't hurt my hand. It doesn't feel like a big knife. Deep hollow ground. Again, MagnaCut blade. Great action, as I missed the flip. Great action. Like a Benchmade or a Kizer clutch lock, that lock will operate just by disengaging it like that. Just a banger. Absolutely slicey. And a hard use knife. This would be the most hard use knife in the group. I would have no problem doing much harder tasks with that knife than others. And then this is a knife that you guys, I've not recorded the review on it yet. You will see it very soon, but I've been carrying it like crazy. It is a Marlborough Handcraft Budge. It's a knife that Jesse at Marlborough Handcraft sent me to review. I was going to send it back to him a couple of weeks ago. When I got it in, I was going to film it, do an unboxing, and then send it back to him. Well, I did the unboxing, kind of got my first impressions, had been carrying it to do the review on it, and just fell in love with it. So reached out to Jesse, got a price on it, went into knife sale mode, sold a couple of knives, and I bought this knife. I love this knife. It is very unique. It reminds me of, not a knife because it doesn't have a finger guard per se, but it's so comfortable, and I feel very comfortable using it. I've cut with a lot of stuff with it. Super slicey, super thin. I mean, just wow. So clean, handmade in the US. Ground so thin. I fell in love with it. Again, every now and then I'll be moved by a knife. It's happened, I think, 4 or 5 times when a maker sent me a knife to check out that I'm going to send back, that I end up not being able to send it back. This is a second example. So these aren't only my most carried knives. These are 2 knives that started out as review copies that I was going to return to the maker so they could sell them. And I said, hell no, I'm going to buy these or find a way to own them. And I did. And I love, love, love the Titan. I love the little Budge. So the slip joint that's been getting a lot of use, and one I'm very impressed with, is this new Kizer trestle. An Azo design, which is one of Kizer's senior designers. This little S45 VN clip point, shred carbon fiber, very nice knife, operates very well. And it's just been a joy to carry. Even though, like I say, I don't carry it daily, so I'm not going to really count it, nor am I going to count the nip slip, because those just kind of been occasional knives that I carry, because I like to carry a slip joint too. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just that it hasn't been practical in my pocket carrying the couple of things that I'm carrying right now, i.e. the front wallet pocket dropper and my flashlight. Makes it a little hard to get in there. Just laying these out for you guys, and they're not in order, but I'm just going to run through them one last time. You've got the Kizer Original 2 in S45, the USA made Lookout by Big Idea Design Company, Jacob Creates Chickadee in MagnaCut, the Quiet Carry Original Drift, the TKL Warren EDC collaboration with Melissa Backwoods that's been paired with my TRM Neutron, my Lucky Dog Knife Company River Dog, which has been paired with my Concept Thunderhead, the little Marlborough Handcraft Budge that's been paired with the Mr. Titan. Fantastic knives, guys. I love the knife game. I love carrying them. I love cutting with them. I hope you guys do too. Hope you enjoy the video. I know it was a little different. Have to try different stuff, right? I love all you. Thank you to all my channel members. You guys rock. You gals rock. Do me a favor, everybody, look out for each other. That means looking out for the guy or gal to your left, looking out for the guy or gal to your right, going forward with love in your heart, and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.